Pause the scroll and maybe find a quiet corner because Julia Roberts just served a photo moment that glows with unforced charisma from the very first frame. If you know her as the box office legend with that unmistakable smile and a arsome that practically shaped the 90s, get ready to see a version that steps beyond premiere night polish and settles into effortless command. Stick with me to the end, you'll catch the quiet choices that make this drop feel bigger than a single picture. For decades, Julia's public image has been built on poise and intention, red carpets handled like second nature, interviews that land as warm and candid, and a style language that favors clean lines over theatrics. She never needed noise to hold a room, presence did the heavy lifting. Off camera, she's the producer with a radar for stories that matter, the grounded parent who keeps her lanes clear, and the fashion minimalist who trusts fit more than flash. We've all seen the icon on the marquee. This post feels like the person behind it, closer, calmer, and perfectly at home. The hero frame hits outdoors in honeyed, late daylight. Julia stands on a stone terrace with the skyline melting into watercolor behind her. She's wearing a deep forest slip under a perfectly cut charcoal blazer tailored sharp up top, fluid ease below. The silhouette traces the waist and then loosens just enough at the hip to move when she breathes. The neckline is clean. The fabric carries a subtle sheen that reads looks without trying. Hair falls in soft, brushed waves. Makeup stays luminous, healthy skin. A hint of cheek warmth, eyes defined just enough to hold against the bright backdrop. The sun does the rest. A quiet glow at the collarbone, soft highlight along the jaw. Everything intentional without feeling arranged. The comments arrive in a rush. Minimal look, major presence. That smile could power a city. This makes me love my own shape a little more. Within minutes, the thread shifts from movie memories to style notes. Why neutral tailoring wins. How a single statement color changes the frame. Why posture reads louder than product. A few fans ask about upcoming projects, sure, but the chorus belongs to the raves. The verdict underneath. Presence beats spectacle every time. Why does one image land this hard? Because it nudges an old rule that women, especially those who've led for decades, should mute their silhouettes to be labeled serious. Julia declines the premise. She pairs discipline with a soft, breathable line, proving authority and allure aren't opposites. They're collaborators. The message threaded through the pixels is simple. When you know who you are, the camera obeys. Look closer at the styling and the quiet math starts to sing. Forest green in natural light is a precision choice. It pulls warmth into the skin and adds depth to shadow. A slip's clean neckline draws one uninterrupted vertical, elongating without noise. The blazer supplies structure so the softness never tilts into delicate. Jewelry stays whisper thin, nails neutral. Nothing competes for attention. Even the stance matters. Weight ease through one hip, shoulders down, chin level, fingers relaxed. It reads lived in, not engineered. You see poise first, outfit second, caption last, and that order is the trick. Composition is doing stealth work too. The terrace rail guides your eye through the frame. The background blur gives air without stealing focus. A breeze writes a thin ribbon of motion into hair and hem. The lens sits just low enough to lend lift without tipping into pedestal mode. There's no overpose half-turn, no performative hands, just a body at ease with itself. That's why the photo feels intimate without feeling exposed. Thanks for staying to the end. If Julia's new photo moment spoke to you, tap like. Drop your favorite detail in the comments: blazer cut, fabric flow, that golden hour glow, and subscribe so you don't miss our next spotlight on real confidence and refined style. Your silhouette, your story, celebrate both.